Welcome, listeners, to Just Neapolitan, where we ask the age-old question, what even is fair? We are once more a dynamic duo with Floyd, and I'm your resident resting bitch face, Brian.
RBF, RBF.
Yeah. Might as well be my goddamn initials.
Same.
So, how's your week been? It's
S-
weird. Two in a row, just the two of us.
yeah. I have a
Which is
confession to
my fault,
make.
because I fell asleep yesterday.
True. True, true. I have a confession to make for this week.
Uh-oh.
I'm the fake gamer. I ain't touched a game
Oh, somebody
at
gets a
all.
crown finally.
Yeah. I was
Man.
talking to Jordan about it yesterday and I was like, oh shit, I ain't playing it.
You even got an extra day because I fucked up.
Yeah, but I didn't.
It was a dumb thing too, because I know you'd said you had to close,
Mm-hmm.
but for some reason I was like, oh, but it's a weekday. He gets done earlier, so I got up when I thought near when you'd be ready, and that didn't happen. And then I was like, well, I'm just gonna take a nap for like an hour.
Which time? What time did you get up? I mean, yeah.
1 a.m.
Well, no. I mean,
So
the
an
first time.
hour after.
The first
Oh, the
time.
first time 9.
Oh yeah, that was way too early.
Yeah, well, I was thinking I was like, oh, weekday. I think he's done it like 9 or something. He'll be home by 10.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, if I would have thought of it properly, I would have just taken a nap then.
Yeah.
But
We even knocked on your
whatever.
door and you didn't answer, so it was.
Yeah, you know that I don't hear shit when I'm asleep.
Yeah.
If I'm out, I'm fucking out.
True.
But the only thing that's gonna wake me up is the cat quietly jumping into the bed, and then suddenly I'll be up. Be like, someone's coming to kill me. I'm ready.
That's a weird, dangerous sense to have.
Well, if you're making noise, you're not trying to sneak up on me.
Yeah, but now if
If
I'm
you're
trying to
trying to
sneak,
sneak on me, that's if you're trying to sneak on me, that's why my body's like, who the fuck's trying to sneak up on me?
but now if I want to sneak up on you, I'm gonna just make a shit ton of ratchet.
Well, if I'm sleeping,
Yeah.
that's not gonna work if I'm awake.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think I grew up so close to a train tracks that they would run freight trains all night. So,
Hmm.
like, I'm used to having noise when I'm sleeping. So I just don't pay much attention to it.
True.
But the number of times I've scared one of my cats because they get right up in my face, and as soon as they get close, and they've made no noise, and all of a sudden I'm up. And then they're like, ugh. And I'm like, ugh. We have a moment. But in case anybody wanted to know how I sleep, there you go.
Yeah.
Soundly.
Super soundly.
Well, so I've played games this week.
Yeah. What you play?
Well, a shit ton of Hades still.
Mm-hmm.
I've now gotten through on a second run. And you have the whole thing. So this is more Hades.
Right. Yeah.
Just playing Hades. I have realized now that it's a bad idea for me to try to get a run in before work.
Mm-hmm.
Because the runs take longer than I expect them to now.
Because
Since I
you
usually
do
get pretty
better.
far.
Yeah.
So yeah, so and then also too, it's like, oh, and like I'll get like to a spot and I'll go, oh, I gotta make another cup of coffee and then add all that time in. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's like it'll be an hour and I'm like, oh shit. I needed that hour to get ready for work. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I've been on a super like anime binge this week, like more than usual. It's been taking up all of like my attention span. I'm like, anime.
I mean, hey. I see the nice thing for me is that I don't watch a lot of stuff anymore. Like
Mm-hmm.
even if I put something on to watch, I'm just listening to it.
Right.
So I'll have stuff on, but not be watching it and then be playing a game.
Nice.
It's easier to multitask with that.
True.
And then I played the game that everyone's been loving to hate lately is Redfall.
Mm.
I played about 2 hours of that.
How is it?
It's not bad. It's not good,
but
but
it's
it's not
bad.
bad.
Yeah, I completely forgot it was coming out, like just at all, until I started seeing reports about it. And I was like, oh shit, it is out.
Yeah, it is out. It is out, and I I mean, okay, look, we've kind of talked some shit on this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even before it came out. And I stand by everything I said, but I'm starting to get a little upset with these articles I see coming out claiming it's the worst game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it's getting shit on for no fucking reason. Like, it's not a good game by any stretch.
Right.
But it's not bad. Like, I don't know. So the biggest complaint that I can agree with is the world feels pretty empty.
Right.
And it does. But what's funny to me is no one's mentioning the terrible AI, which was the most jarring thing to me. Like, vampires just inspect walls. Like, there's so many times I've been wandering around, and like, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, there's a vampire that I've been wandering around making a ton of noise, and it doesn't know I'm here, and it's just staring at a wall. Okay, I'm going to shoot it in the back.
Yeah. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, the enemies basically just charge straight at you.
Mm.
Which is like, whatever. And like, so here's my thing, too. I've never been impressed by any Studio Arcane game.
Mm.
So let's get that out of the way first.
Okay.
I don't know what the hype is about them. Every game they've made, I think their AI is terrible. And their stealth system doesn't ever work. Like, they say it's stealth. No, it's not. It never has been. And this game continues them doing that. So maybe that's why all the fannies aren't complaining about that, because they're like, well, that's a Studio Arcane game. I'm like, why do you accept that?
Yeah.
But, you know, it's the same, like, and I get it. If you're playing it on PC, you're going to have different problems for everyone.
Right.
I haven't had any of the problems people have said are happening on PC. Like, they're saying enemies are just falling through the floor. Hasn't happened. Like, glitches. Haven't had them. I had one bit of tearing on the screen with one, there was like a paint, like spray paint something on the wall. And if you looked at it from the correct angle, it would like glitch out a little. That's the worst one I've had.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't understand the hate for it. There's one
Nah.
article that said it's the worst game of the year.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Which I'm like, everyone seemed to have forgotten that Warhammer Darktide came out this year. you know the game that like was an alpha. It wasn't even a goddamn beta. The game that the developers literally said, we're gonna stop making content because we have to go fix it.
Right.
And you're gonna tell me this game is worse than that?
Apparently it is.
Listen, it does one of gaming's cardinal sins, is it's boring. But
at least it's playable.
That's not right. That's not the crux of the issue for every article I'm reading, which is That's what's pissing me off more. Is I'm like, I can see a ton of problems with this game that no one's talking about, but we're seeing all, and I'm like, I don't know. I think it's literally just a bunch of fans of Studio Arcade, which I get it. Whatever, you're a fan of whatever you want to be a fan of. I can't speak to Deathloop. I never played it.
Same.
Dishonored 1 and 2 are pieces of crap. I don't know why.
Yeah,
people like
I'm gonna be honest.
They're not good.
I didn't like the Dishonored series. I also didn't like Prey, and because I didn't,
Prey was also boring as shit.
Yeah, but because I didn't like those two, I didn't even touch Deathloop. I was like, what's the reason? Like, you don't make games I like in general. So I was kind of excited with, like, I guess, the different direction that they were going with, like, in terms of like the type of game they make for Redfall, which means I'll probably still play it, but I don't know. I lost the hype on it a while ago, so.
Oh, so did I. Like, the more I heard about the game, the less hyped I was for it. But, you know, it's like you had said, we talked about it last time. Screw it. Let's play it. Like, out of morbid curiosity, if nothing else.
Right.
And so I would like to play it with you because I'd like to see if maybe I'm not having all these problems that everyone's saying because I'm playing it solo.
Right. You know, after this, I'm gonna go download it and we'll play it at some point before the next podcast.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I still got it on my PC.
Yeah.
I didn't get rid of it because I was like, well, fuck it. I want to try it with people.
I also think it's one of those games that would be better with people. I don't think I would ever like play that solo and like it.
Well, and especially with how the AI acts, when you're the only target and they all charge you.
Right.
You know, it's like the combat's not difficult, but I'll definitely lose health if there's more than like 2 or 3 enemies, you know? Which there's often not more than 2 or 3. And I also wasn't that bugged about how empty the town is, because it kind of made it a little creepy.
Right.
You know, I found myself kind of being like, oh, what's going to happen? Now, so far, nothing big has happened. So I played maybe 2 hours. I'm still level 2, so you definitely don't level quickly.
Got it.
I have also, unfortunately, found 3 legendary weapons.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah, my big synopsis, like, if I'm going to sum it up in one sentence. Studio Arcade remade Borderlands 3, and they replaced the suck with boring.
I'll take boring over suck anytime. I'm going to be honest.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And and I'm also trying to like look at it like, once again, if you're a fan of Studio Arcane's games, like maybe this is like a gut punch, which is kind of what Borderlands 3 did to us, being fans of the Borderlands series.
Yeah.
That one hurt more because of it. But that being said, Borderlands 3 sucks even if you don't like the other Borderlands games.
Yeah. Yeah. Except Borderlands 3 got really good reviews, and I was like, wild.
Yeah, of course it did. So did Warhammer Darktide. So did Wolong, which is a broken piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not even the good game that uses the parry system. Like, that was done better by FromSoft. Sorry, not fucking sorry.
Sekiro.
The one that pisses me off most about Wulong, I'm just going to be airing grievances apparently this episode.
Yeah.
Is anyone who called the game innovative. I'm like, the fuck?
Innovative.
They copied Sekiro.
Yeah. I was finna say,
all they did is copy it.
That Wulong was definitely a Souls. Like, I don't see where innovative came in at.
No shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. Copying any of FromSoft's game is one of the harder things to do.
True.
So props are not picking an easy target. But I'm not going to go back to this too. Studio Ninja sucks. They don't make good games. Get over it. Ugh. And I wanted to like that game because I love the Three Kingdoms setting.
Right, yeah.
I'm a huge fan of that setting. I love the stories there. I'm not even a big fan of like the Musu games, but I will play it because I love that setting and I love the characters in that setting.
Right.
I used to like Romance of the Three Kingdoms until around like 15 or something when I'm just like, why am I still playing this game? Why have I played 15 versions of this game?
Yeah.
And especially after like number 7 or 8, they started getting worse instead of getting better again. That's a whole other thing too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I don't know. I'm just Forza Horizon 5 was just Forza Horizon 4 with prettier graphics, and everybody loved it and thinks it's great.
Yeah.
And it had shit tons of problems from day one.
Yeah.
And everyone just forgives it. I'm like, no, I can forgive, but I will never forget how shit your launch was.
People pick games that they want to love, and they pick games that they want to hate. And unfortunately, Redfall was one of them.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I get that there is no way for a human to be completely objective. It is not in our nature. We are not possible of it. Everything we look at is through a subjective lens.
Right.
I understand that. You could try. I mean, that being said, if people tried, then they would suddenly have to wake up and realize that they've been making the same Super Mario game for 20 years now. I get it. They're like, hey, we put a new thing in there.
Yeah.
Just one? I've been playing this game since I was a child. Only one new thing?
Only one new thing. But they charge.
Yeah.
They charge us more for it, though.
Of course they do. Yeah, I also feel like the game being $70 might have pissed people off even more.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, it's an extra $10, guys.
Yeah.
Is that really?
Oh, that's definitely the hill people want to down. 100%.
Oh yeah, and then the other thing too, that this has become a rallying cry for stop paying for Game Pass. I'm like, no, I saved so much money on Game Pass.
Yeah, no.
If I didn't have Game Pass, I would have paid $70. Well, I wouldn't have bought the game.
Yeah.
But everyone who bought the game would have spent $70 to find out they don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, if I save myself money on 3 games a year, Game Pass is paid for itself.
Right.
That's how I feel about it. I know all the complaints, and I agree with a lot of them, that you don't actually own the games, and if they decide to take them off, you can't play it anymore. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But just finding out that, oh, I don't actually want this fucking game has saved me so much goddamn money. And then me being me, I'll be all like, oh, I do want that game. Let me go on Steam and buy it on sale.
Right.
Or, oh, look, I'll just wait till it shows up in a fucking Humble bundle.
Magnifique.
Yeah, so it's just...
Nah, I get it. Like, cause especially, I think that's what it really is. People are taking every chance they can right now to shit on like Microsoft and Xbox for whatever reason, and so especially like, cause this is still a thing. The PlayStation people are like, man, Xbox not worth, like the Game Pass not worth it. No, y'all have a shitty version of Game Pass, and that's not worth it. But actual Game Pass is really good.
Well, it is if you are using it correctly.
Yes, correct.
If you're paying for it for that one game you like on it and you don't use it as an opportunity... I never would have tried Coffee Talk 2.
Mm-hmm.
No, did I like the game? No, but I tried it because I was like, well, fuck it, it's right here.
Oh, yeah. I've tried so many games that I know I would have never bought.
And I've found games that I go, oh, I actually enjoy this game, but I never would have tried it on my own.
Right, yeah.
So, I think if you're using it properly, it is worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what any subscription-based service is. I mean, I can't believe I'm still paying for YouTube.
Are you?
But once I got it and I didn't have ads, I was like, I'm never going back to having ads.
I didn't even know you were paying for YouTube. How much is that?
Yeah. I don't know because I don't look. It's calculated in my bills, and I've had it for like a year now. My spending has been more than adjusted by.
Right, yeah.
I think it's might be like $12 a month.
Mm.
Because I think it was something that when I got it, I was like, man, this is too expensive. I'm not gonna keep this. And then I was like, I'm gonna keep this. Like, just not having it. I'm like, oh yeah.
Right.
Yes, I will absolutely pay money to not have to listen to ads.
I kind of get that.
Not on Spotify though.
I also saw
kiss my ass. Shit, and I did play another game too. Well, I was playing a bit of Diablo 3, but that was just to waste some time.
Oh yeah, nice.
Oh, I know what I did. I finally loaded up Dying Light 2 again.
Oh.
So with the new update, the fucking game takes 10 goddamn minutes to fucking load on my PC now.
Oh.
I'm like, wow, cool, that's great. You broke my load time. So I did the stupid ass little part I had to get past. And then it's like, story. And I'm like, I don't care. I was in that game for like 12 more minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I did the tutorial fight, and then there was another fight past it, and then there was another fight, and they just there's like, here's 3 enemies, and you're like, okay. And then here's 3 enemies, and I'm like, oh, this is stupid. This just feels so contrived.
Yeah.
But sure, I did that. And that took all of 2 minutes to do, maybe, if even that. And then the rest of it was story.
Mm.
Oh, and there was a little sequence where I was running
from
something.
Running.
And then I got to the town, and then there's story, which I'm skipping because I don't care about the fucking... I want to bash zombies.
Yeah.
That's what I bought the game for.
Tell me that story while I'm bashing zombies.
Seriously, put it in like an audio file that I can pick up and listen to while I'm bashing zombies.
Right.
But so then I'm in a town, and then I'm following this guy, and I'm going to parkour at this area, and I'm climbing up a sign, and I just realized I don't want to do this.
Mm.
I'm almost 2 hours into this game, and I've barely killed zombies, and the ones that I did kill, I didn't care about at all. It wasn't fun. I just deleted it. I'm like, fuck you, I don't care. And now part of me is going, maybe I will just get Dead Island 2. Maybe I'll actually just get to bash zombies.
Yeah.
Which is all I want to do.
Yeah, literally.
I'm like, or fuck it, I'll just put goddamn Dead Rising back on my
That's
PC.
what I was finna say. I was just thinking about Dead Rising. Like, I've never finished Dead Rising 4.
No, not 4.
I liked 4. I didn't have a problem with it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's all you, buddy.
It is. I'll play it. I think it was fun.
I do think I own it though.
Right.
No, I used to play the multiplayer mode of that.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Saban would do that all the time.
Nice.
It was usually fun for like an hour, and then you're like, well, what the fuck do we do now? Something else. No, I beat Dead Rising 1, I beat Dead Rising 2. And I have Dead Rising 2 off the record.
I love off
which
the
is basically
record.
you go, yeah, that one I never finished.
Okay.
So maybe I'll do that, and I'll get my zombie bashing in.
Yeah.
That's all I want. I just want mindless, fun zombie bashing.
Yeah.
Which apparently was more like what the original Dying Light was.
Yes, correct.
So I'm like,
What happened?
I should have just bought number 1. Like, get out your own ass. We don't care about your story. It's a zombie bashing game. We just want to parkour around and bash zombies.
Yeah.
The story should just be a vehicle to send me to the next area to bash zombies.
Make sure it's cool while I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's all I want. I don't want zombie bashing.
Mm-hmm.
It's asking too much apparently these days.
True.
I want simple fun in a game.
Mm.
Well, that's not true. That's why I'll play indie games. There's plenty of indie games that are like, this game is simply fun. And I'm like, thank you. That is what I do gaming for.
100%. I'm here to have fun. You know? Not here for all this contrived bullshit you're trying to shove down my throat.
Yeah, I used to be so big on story in games, and I'm like, oh no, it's got to be. And I just don't fucking care anymore.
See,
it's probably because by now I've heard every story in every video game possible ever.
I mean, probably
because they're not new stories that's being told.
Right. I care when it's a good story. Most of the time, the stories are just mediocre, and you can just go, I don't give a fuck about this. Like,
right? Yeah, the new, it used to be with QuickTime events, it was tap A not to die.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's tap A to keep my brain alive.
Oh, man.
Be tapping that A all day.
Any news on, like, any of the new Telltale Studio games? No, nothing.
No, nothing I've noticed.
Yeah, they're still working on, what's that? The Wolf Among Us 2.
Wolf Among Us 2. Yeah, that's what I was just looking at.
Which is really, I love that first one. It was so good.
Never played it. I'm not necessarily big on the Telltale stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like Tales from the Borderlands, but
that was about it.
Every other one I tried, I just couldn't get into.
Like, I like the Walking Dead series, and then Tales from the Borderlands, The Wolf Among Us, and honestly, nope, those were the only 3 I played. So my experience is very limited with their games because I know they came out with like a Batman game or some shit.
Yeah.
Which I was like, eh.
The Batman, a lot of people liked the Batman one, but I was just like, whatever.
Yeah, I'm just over Batman shit. So it's like that whole IP is just oversaturated.
Tales from the Borderlands Episode 2. 2015. That can't be it, right?
No. Remember, they released them episodically.
Oh, yeah. So I only ever played it when it was all finished. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nothing yet, yeah.
You know what? Here's why. I just found it. It was announced April 22nd. That's why we were getting all that news about it last month.
Got it.
Because they announced it. So that's like 3 years out, probably.
Yeah. Especially since
the way these things go.
Especially since they announced The Wolf Among Us like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, and they're definitely going to finish that one before
we get
anything. My guess is if they announce Tales of the Borderlands 2, they're probably in pre-production on that and probably post-production on Wolf Among Us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
True.
I'll probably just watch somebody
play
stream
it, yeah.
Wolf Among Us and just be like, cool, because I don't want to have to put up with it. I'll just have to find someone who doesn't try to do any voices or any of that bullshit.
I mean,
I don't want to hear you.
No, they got the Wolf Among Us is voice acted, so If anybody's trying to do acts like voices, they're being weird.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And that's why I want to stay very far away from them.
Nah, I feel that.
Says the
I
guy who does voices in his spare time.
yeah, I am definitely like when that drops. I'm gonna be on that. I'm like, yes, give me this. I'm playing this. Me and you. It's me and you. I don't know. Would anything fun coming out this week or next week? How do you do that?
Um, yeah, I try to just keep it 1 week ahead now.
Got it.
So that'd be up to the 15th,
Mm.
since we're out on Mondays now. I know even that one I had to, like, I got to get used to it's coming out on Mondays because I was looking up till Sunday. But the only one that really caught me at all is Tears of the Kingdom. It's coming out May 12th.
I mean, that's the only thing that needs to come out. It's like if I had a game coming out anywhere near Tears of the Kingdom, is getting pushed back or moved forward. Like it's not competing with
I
that.
mean, that's probably why it's so dry this next week. Everyone's probably like, yeah, no, there's no point.
Right.
Yeah, I think we have I think the other stuff I was interested in, really came out kind of at the beginning
Right.
this first week already. Yeah, that World Turtle game is early access, unfortunately.
Yeah. What is it's called World Turtle?
World Turtles.
Oh.
I mean, you search World Turtle, you'll find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's out early access, so I won't be touching that.
Mm-hmm.
For a year, I don't know, it depends. We'll see. Could be 3 years before I play it, whenever that finishes. And then, I mean, Darkest Dungeon. But Darkest Dungeon, I think, comes out the day this goes up.
Right.
The 8th. So I will very likely purchase that. And then purchase Tears of the Kingdom, and then just be fucked.
Mm.
Although, you know what, though? Darkest Dungeon's kind of a good game to have with a new Zelda game. Because the Zelda game, I'll play for like 3 or 4 hours in a sitting and just be like, oh, I gotta put this game down. And then Darkest Dungeon, I'll sit and I'll let it kick my ass for like an hour and then be like, okay, I'm also sick of this one. Like, I should probably make some dinner. Yeah, that's it. I mean, not a lot of games, but
Oh.
I have to go finish Breath of the fucking Wild now, though.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
There's a
I literally just gotta go do it.
yeah.
Every time I play, I get so fucking distracted because I'm like, ooh, what's over here? Ooh, what's over here? Ooh, what's over there? Ooh, my stamina bar is higher now. I bet I can just climb to the top of this mountain for no fucking reason. Hardly ever anything up there.
Well, it's coming out at the end of the month, but I really want to talk about this because I don't know if this is going to be a good game or not. Like, I know we talked about it before. Like, it's going to be hit or miss. But the Lord of the Rings Gollum game,
yeah.
yeah. Like, I'm like, ooh. It's like, it's either going to be really bad or really good. It won't be no middle ground with that game.
Well, no, because that game's all based around one of the hardest things to do properly in video games is have a stealth system.
Yeah.
It is so hard to create a stealth system that makes sense from a play style point of view, but also feels like you're actually being stealthy.
And especially with like Golem 2, like that whole story revolving around him. I'm like, do we really care about Golem that much?
Honestly, I kind of like that they're doing a story about Golem instead of one of the other bigger, like, more main characters.
True, I guess.
Because I think it gives you a lot more freedom to kind of do stuff. Because, I mean, Gollum's story is basically like, he was one of the river folk, he got the ring, he killed his friend, and then he was just gone. And, like, there's not a lot. So, I think if you're going to tackle one of the characters and you want to actually have some freedom to do interesting things, then, yeah, I think Gollum opens that door. Yeah, I'm like, I want to be excited about it. And it's already been proven that I'm apparently not going to trust any type of site that does any ratings.
I mean, yeah. I stopped
Numbered
listening to
ratings
that.
are the biggest piece of bullshit ever.
Yeah. No, I stopped
Well, that's
listening to
a
that like years ago. I'm like, I'll rather play it and find out I don't like it, and then to never play it, and then like not play it because you guys said it sucked, and then I play it one day and it's like, what the fuck?
see. I'll read them to at least like hear about the systems in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never listen when somebody says a game's good or bad and have that
Right.
like inform my decision. Because it's all crap. So I stick with a couple sites that at least like when they do a review, it's in depth. It's like it goes over all the systems in the game.
Mm.
So that way I can read and like kind of
Make your own decision.
Is that even a game that I would want to play?
Right.
You know, and then from there make the decision.
Got it.
Numbered reviews are such bullshit.
IGN gave it a 10 out of 10.
In general. Yeah, whatever. Oh, yeah, so it's a perfect game?
Apparently.
There's never been a perfect game. Ever.
True.
See, and here's my whole thing about it, and here's how you know there's not a perfect game. If someone made a perfect game, we wouldn't make any more games. You wouldn't have to. The perfect game is here. And if it's perfect, everyone likes it. And if it's perfect, it's the only game you need to play. So if it's perfect, the game industry is done. Are they still making games? Yes. Perfect game hasn't been made. Well, and then, you know, there's going to be 1,001 copycats of it, but that's for that's for the indie market, you know.
I mean, they gave, let's see a list of IGN's recent 10 out of 10s. Elden Ring.
God, I bet it's going to be good.
Elden Ring. Forza Horizon 5. Deathloop.
Ah!
Disco Elysium. Spelunky 2. Crusader Kings 3. Crusader Kings 3 had my fucking life for a month and a half. I will not lie about that one. I was like, I'm taking over. I ain't got that. I might actually play that again.
So, Forza Horizon 5, hell no, it's not. At least Elden Ring makes sense. Spelunky 2 makes sense.
Right.
I still wouldn't call either of them a 10 out of 10. They're not perfect games. Deathloop I haven't played, so I can't judge.
Same.
Crusader Kings I haven't played, so I can't judge.
After that was Flight Simulator 2020, Last of Us Part 2, and you lost me at Overwatch. Never mind. Let's wrap this shit up. They gave Overwatch a 10 out of 10. That's crazy.
Jesus Christ. See, this is what happens when you let fanboys do the ratings.
Breath of the Wild got a 10.
Yeah.
Oh. Back in 2013, September 16th, they gave GTA 5 a 10 out of 10.
Okay. You said so.
That was hilarious.
I mean, the other thing you gotta remember with the ratings too is who's the person doing the ratings?
That's also true.
You've got a group of people that are going to be playing the games.
Mm-hmm.
So isn't somebody who is into that type of game probably going to be the one who reviews the game?
Yeah.
So knock 2 points off of every review to begin with. Unless, from reading them, sometimes you can tell that person didn't even like that type of game and gives it a shit review. And I'm like, why were you reviewing it? Listen, that's the topic I want to get into at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Is just reviews and how bullshit they are. Because we haven't even scratched the surface of, like, not even, like, a quarter of the shit that I have to say about that.
Ooh.
So, my favorite reviewer of games, my favorite critic, is someone who doesn't give review scores. He literally just talks about what was good and what was bad in the game. And he's also hilariously funny.
Nice.
Yeah. 0 punctuation. Woo!
0 punctuation.
Yeah. Yahtzee is fucking savage. Love him. Well, that and Angry Video Game Nerd, he kind of reviews games.
They gave Borderlands 3 a 9.
Of course they did.
A 9. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I missed something.
We are actually in the minority of people.
Yeah, clearly.
When it comes to that game. which just blows my fucking mind all the time. I'm like, why? What do you like about it?
Were we being overcritical? Was that the thing? Because we were so hyped?
No, because everyone that thought it was good was just as hyped, if not more hyped than us.
Oh.
No, it's just, I honestly feel like we have that ability to look at a game and go, but no, it's not good. Like, you got to remember, like, I can literally tell you games I play that I know aren't good.
True.
But I will still play them.
Yeah.
I don't get offended by someone saying a game's no good. I'm like, well, you didn't like it. That's fine. And like, I can be honest about shit that's broken in a game. Go, it doesn't matter. I still like it. You know, we love Bethesda games. Bethesda's games are always fucking busted.
Always.
People love Bethesda games. And there is a group of people that literally patch Bethesda's games for them to fix them.
Yeah.
Because Bethesda won't.
Yeah.
If there's something bad you can say about a huge company, that's it right there.
Or they don't.
People patch your game for free because you won't do it.
Or they go like, you guys like to mod it anyway. Y'all fix it. I think that's why they accepted the modding community so much, so they don't have to patch shit.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're like, we don't have to fucking do it. They'll take care of it. Like, DLC, no, we're going to open a storefront, and then we're going to let other people do it, but we're going to take a cut, and we're going to charge it. Yeah. But we're going to make sure we spin it. So it's like, look, we're supporting the mod community so they can get paid. And I'm like, yeah, but how much? How much, though? Is this one of them Spotify things? They get 2 cents per download?
Right.
Man, that could be a whole fucking topic. I mean, well, what BioWare games are kind of like that, too.
True.
There's so many shit parts to a BioWare game, and I'll still play the fucking thing.
Every day of the goddamn week.
Man, I just want to play it through the Mass Effect again. Not Andromeda, though. Which also, another game that wasn't as bad as everyone said it was.
You know,
it wasn't good.
I will agree with you on that one. Because it was one of those things like, everybody was ragging on Andromeda so bad. I was like, I'm not going to play this. It's like, clearly it's terrible. Like, everybody hates it. They hate this game more than people hate Nickelback. And I'm one of those people. But I hated Nickelback before it was cool. And I hate new people who hate Nickelback because it's cool to hate Nickelback. You guys suck. But anyway.
Never thought we'd talk about Nickelback on the podcast.
But yeah, so, and then I played Andromeda, right? And I was like, this game isn't that good, but it is nowhere near as bad as everybody was saying it was. Like, you guys, like, just lie for no reason.
And bringing this back to, like, a point from 20 minutes ago, Redfall is the new Andromeda.
Okay, I get that.
It's not as bad as you're saying it is.
Right.
It's not great. It's playable.
Right.
And like I said, I mean, I played it for 2 hours. I kind of enjoyed it enough to play it for 2 hours.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, no, it's not a great game. Andromeda was the same way. I got really far into Andromeda, and then I finally just went,
like, I got my feel. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm like, I just don't feel like doing this anymore.
I feel that.
You know, and and then with your Nickelback point, no, I'm with you, man. Because like, here's what happened with me. I used to like Nickelback, and then I hated Nickelback because I listened to them enough, and I'm like, they suck. So I'm like, I get offended too when I'm like, and fuck you. I used to listen to them and like it.
Right.
I got a right to hate that shit.
Look at this photograph.
Look at this song I made. Oh my god, that song sucks so hard.
That was a whole era of what I like to call dad rock, and I was like, no, we don't like dad rock.
Yeah, it convinced me not to be a dad. So before we get even further off the rails,
true.
You got anything else this week?
No, unfortunately.
No.
I can slander Nickelback more, but yeah.
We could, but I mean, hell, that can just be that we just add that into an every episode thing.
Right.
You know, if I ever figure out because I guess you can kind of do polls on Spotify. I
Yeah.
don't know how to do it though.
Oh,
We could have a poll. What sucks more, Borderlands 3 or Nickelback?
yeah, I would love to see that one.
I mean, I already know who's gonna win.
Nickelback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we have to make sure every episode to make sure to mention how Borderlands 3 sucks.
True. I will preach that
Which
gospel.
I did multiple times. I did multiple times this episode to make sure it happened because we forgot to do it last
We
episode.
did, and I wasn't going to bring that up because I felt shame.
Well, I fixed it.
Oh,
I
you
fixed
did?
I recorded myself saying Borderlands 3 sucks, and I put it into the intro. So literally the little intro sounds that all the gaming stuff's starting up.
Yeah.
In the middle of that, it's just me going Borderlands 3 sucks.
You should have put it at the end too, just to hit that last.
Well, I was originally going to put it at the end, and then I was like, no, I just want to make sure everyone knows we didn't fully forget this. I wanted to make sure that was the first thing. I may not have remembered to say we were going on Monday's first thing, but goddamn if that Borderlands 3 sucking didn't get in there first.
I was dead, like maybe like the day after. I was sitting there, I was like, I don't think we mentioned that, but I'm not gonna bring it up because I feel bad for not like preaching the gospel of Borderlands 3 sucks. Like,
no, it's okay. When I was going through, when I was listening, like doing the final mix, I got to the end and I went, oh no, oh no. So yeah, I mean, I finished that and I had to go to work, so I was like, well, as soon as I get home from work, I'm gonna record it, splice it in, and then post the episode.
Yeah.
No, me and Jojo actually joked about it a couple times that if we ever forget, we're just gonna record it and just put it in the episode somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, there will not be an episode that goes out, no matter how long this podcast goes on for. There will never be an episode that goes up without making sure to remind everyone that Borderlands 3 sucks.
Yeah. I'm gonna just record a sound bite.
That's my promise to all of you.
Yep.
Yeah, do it. So then I've got multiples. So
Right.
It doesn't have to be me every time if we ever forget again. Because we will.
Oh yeah.
We're human.
Yeah.
It'll happen. It already has.
Yeah, but it
that
took
was
us
the sleepiest fucking episode we ever did. Though, too.
True. What it took us 12 episodes to forget. So that's not a bad.
Well that one was number 13.
That was
Lucky
13.
number 13, and we forgot it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fitting that's the episode. Yeah, I think that's it for us this week.
Yep.
Hopefully we get some extra people.
Yeah, we get the crew back together next week.
Yeah. And I'll try not to randomly fall asleep a day that we said we're going to record, and then we have to push the day back.
Yeah.
All right. That's enough of our bullshit.
All right, bye. Nickelback sucks.
Bye-bye. Nickelback does suck.